Let's talk skills today. Skills today, the countdown continues. Happy Sunday to you all. Here is a nice video about the skills breakdown and how you can actually test all these skills out without pre-purchasing those skills. So sit back, relax. I'm going to do a full episode 3 here, breakdown of all the skills and pretty much everything you need to know about them and how to test them all out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you guys have been liking the videos that I've been putting out. I gave my top tips, my controller settings, everything you need to know about the archetypes, the differences, as well as the attribute point system. I told you how to save money when it comes to respecing your player. So definitely go check all those videos out. Today, let's just start here. There's a lot of skills, right? And how are the skills affected? So we're going to dive right on in. And this is a little shortcut. I'm going to start right here because I want you just to know you don't have to spend money on your skills to test out the skills. There's a couple options you have here. You can either go to the training facility and play the tutorials with Tiger Woods, and you can try a couple of different skills there with Tiger Woods, right? So with Tiger Woods, you can try them all out and you can hit splash, flop, bump and run. You can hit the choke down. No, you can't hit the choke down shot, but you can hit the recovery shot. You can hit a couple of different options there when it comes to the tutorial, but this is how I'm going to recommend you do this before you spend your skill points and waste your skill points and then have to respec later on down the road. Come into just the local play, and this is what I did during the early access, and this is how I tried all of these different shot types out. All you got to do is go to a person, hit triangle or Y, and find a golfer that has that skill that you want to test out to make sure you like the way it looks with the golfer's swing, make sure the way that you like the way it flies, how much it rolls out, whether it's effective and something that you're going to apply, because you're only going to get 2/3 and you're going to have to pick and choose which skills you want and which ones you don't want. You are not going to be able to have all of the skills. So, like I said, come on in here, find a golfer. If you're looking at Tiger Woods, probably one of the better ones here for you. He's got a couple of different ones. He's got the choke down tee shot you can try. He's got the stinger that you can try. You got, all of the other ones: pitch, choked approach, runner, spinner. Highly recommend spinner. You'll see a video on that down the road. This is not going to be about so much of like the comparisons of all of them, but these are going to be pretty much about the really nice ones. Knockdown, you got good recovery one, you got super flop, choked punch, flop. We're going to go through all of them, but highly recommend all these pro players have different skills that you can use. Come on in here, test them all out before you go applying your skill points to find out the exact ones that you want to target for your My Player. Now let's get into the actual skills itself and how to upgrade them, how to pretty much break it down, and which way to flow your skill pattern. So you go over to My Player here, and then you're going to go similar to where you find your attribute points, My Player progression, and then you're going to hit R1, L1, RB, LB, whatever you're using for a controller or a PC. You just see it at the top. It tells you exactly how to navigate it. You go over one tab, and now you are here. So this is all of your skills. You have tee skills, approach skills, recovery skills, bunker skills, green skills, and then you have clubhouse pass skills, which will be added at a later date, which we'll see what that comes. So let's just dive right on in, right? So you start off with base skills for all of your base players. 65 overall starts at the top and it works its way down. So let me just talk to you how the flow chart works. The flow chart works in 3 aspects. You can see some items are bigger than others. The big items are your shot types. Once you get to this spot, you've unlocked that shot type. So you have stinger here, you have choke tee shot here. You can see there's another one down here that connects to the other 2 shot types. This is your archetype special skill. So you can see it says requires powerhouse archetype and an 85 overall. So you only can get this skill if you are a powerhouse archetype, and each archetype will have its own category here when we go through the tabs here as I work through these. But pay attention to that, because if you're like, oh, I really want this power drive, I'm going to build everything to power drive, And then you're like, oh, but I'm in the magician skill type. Well, you can't get it. You can't get it. So you just wasted all of your skill points building your way all the way down to this just for you not to get it. So just be aware of that. And we're going to cover all the special skills. And then there's going to be I'm going to do an early access tier list of what I think is going to be best video to come on that. But just know, if you do want to get to this, you don't have to connect both sides of the actual flowchart. You can just go here to here to here to here to here to here to here. You don't have to get both sides to unlock. You just have to follow the line of one side to get to that point. And you can see here there's little additional ones on the side. You don't have to include those. You can bypass those and just go straight down. But you're really going to want to pay attention to those little side ones as well. For instance, when you get to the stinger here, right, this is going to give you the ability. You have to be a 75 overall. It's going to give you the ability to get this one here. But the next one down, you have to get to these little outer ones. Now, what this does is it's going to increase your transition. It's going to make sure your window is a little bit bigger to make sure you're hitting the 100% swing and not going above and beyond, and making sure you're hitting your numbers to what you actually want. Now, obviously for stinger, this might not apply because you're probably going to overswing, try to get as much distance out of it as possible. But the ones on the side are very important because you can see the little blue tack highlighting the top. You got to remember, in the Evo swing, that is your hook and your slice. So the bigger that is, the better it's going to be from the ball hooking and slicing. From this right side, the bottom is your push and your pull. The bigger that is, the less likely your ball is going to start offline to the left or to the right, and it's going to start online at your target. So these are going to increase that shot type. So when you select this shot type, it's going to increase that ability. So I'm going to highly recommend, on the shots you use all the time, you're probably going to want to put your skill points towards these two outer layers. For instance, this is just a tee shot. Your basic tee shot is you're going to want an increased sweet spot here for this skill type. I don't think you're going to want to sleep on those aspects. If you were going to sleep on one over the other, I would sleep on the top one here, and I would not sleep on the swing path, because swing path and getting your ball going where it needs to go is going to be vitally important for shooting low scores. So I hope that gives you a quick breakdown of all of this. And now let's just go through the shot types, the differences, so that way this video is not overly massively long, but it's the same process for all of them, right? So you have a choke down tee shot. What is that? That is built for accuracy. So you're going to not hit it as far, but it's going to be a lot straighter, and it's going to, try to cut out of the wind a little bit, but it's not really for that. It's all about choking down, hitting an accurate tee shot, and increasing your abilities there. Stinger, low flying, keep it out of the wind. You can see in the graph, it's a beautiful graph that you have there. White dotted line is your traditional shot. Blue line is the low flying shot that you're going to have to keep it out of the wind there. Power drive, increase distance on your traditional tee shot. So pretty cool there. Now we have your regular approach, and then we have your pitch shot. Those are not new to the game. Those are just your regular shots when it comes to it. Something a little bit lower flying for the pitch shot. Approach shot is just your regular approach shot there. And like I said, all of this stuff is going to be, it has highlights. It has highlights and how you can increase it. Like I said, my personal advice, stick to the bottom tick if you are going to extend into another area. If you are not going to extend into another area, feel free to just move on. But rhythm, you guys know rhythm. This is going to increase or decrease your modifier if you've seen my other videos. So let's go down the left side here. We got choked approach. This is going to be very similar to the choked tee shot. It's not going to go as far as your regular approach shot, but it's built for accuracy. Gripping the club closer to the shaft is going to increase accuracy. So we're looking for that. And I'm not going to cover all of these little individual ones because it's the same thing for all of these big items here. So we also have off the deck. This is a driver off the deck. So if you're a big driver off the deck person, you really like that functionality, try to get to those par 5s and 2. you can build your way there. And like I said, if you want the special ability, which is knockdown, so knockdown gets sculptor. Sculptor archetype gets knockdown. So knockdown, keep it out of the wind, hit the ball a lot straighter. It's going to go a little bit shorter, but the wind is not going to affect the ball as much. You have to flow this chart one way or the other. So you have, if you are a sculptor and you want to get there, you have to flow this all the way down. Just a reminder, flow it all the way down one side. You don't have to do both sides, just one side. So pitch shot, the other one you get is runner. So this ball is going to hit and it's going to run out more. It's going to stay under the wind a little bit and it's just going to run out. It's not going to hit stop. Not really sure exactly if I want to go down that route. I don't really see as much of a benefit for runners. So I don't really think I'd be going down. But the issue is they got you. They got you. Because the spinner is hands down one of the best approach shots, chip shots around the green. The spinner is really good. You can't use it out of the bunker, but it is a fantastic shot around the green. So the only way to get that is if you equip yourself the runner. So if I am going to get to the spinner and I want to increase my spinner, I'm probably just going to shortcut my way all the way to spinner and not do any of these additional ones on the side. So those are the approach ones. Now let's talk about recovery. Recovery is all about reducing the percentage of bad lies. So if you're in the rough, instead of being able to hit 100%, your lie is probably going to be 70%. So it's only going to go 70% of the distance that it normally would have gone. So that is what that is all about and how that helps you. So it increases it from that 70%. If you have a high recovery, it'll make it like 80 or 90%. So you're still pretty much like hitting out of the fairway, even though you're in the deep stuff of the rough. The other one, flop. This is your pretty standard high stopping quickly shot to try to get over bunkers, stop the ball, in bad situations. So that's a pretty good one. And chip shots run out a lot more in this game. So you do have to pay attention to that. Choked punch. I use this one. I didn't really see the benefit of it. It's good for hitting underneath trees if you're in the trees a lot. But if you're hitting good drives, you don't really need this one as much. So that is something that you can use if you're always in the trees, but wasn't something that I really was a big fan of. Super flop, a even higher flop. So big fan of that one. Obviously, short side, green side bunkers, get the ball to stop quickly. You have the ability to hit a super high flop. And then recovery shot. So a recovery shot, it says a shot with plenty of forgiveness to get you back on track. It can be performed. So I use this shot with Tiger Woods. You can go test this one out in the tutorial as well. It essentially helps you get back online, hit the shot, recover. I'm not fully sure exactly if it's going to increase your percentages from bad lies. Pretty sure it does, but we'll see that and we'll test that out later when it actually comes to it. But I don't know if you are using Magician. This is your special ability, so you have to pay attention to it. If you are using the Magician archetype, you should be selecting your archetype based off of the special ability that you want to get to, and that's what I would recommend. Bunker shot, your normal splash shot, everybody knows this. That was the go-to move last year. It does roll out more than it used to, so you definitely have to pay attention to that, I will say. When it comes to it, blast, this is something that was taken from EA Sports. No issues there. This is essentially a run out bunker shot. I didn't really use this much. I used pick. Pick was hands down the best, and you can see here that there's a power pick as well. And then when it comes down to it, there's an actual pick shot. Pick is going to be the best. I will sit here and say I don't have the full data, but I will tell you I used the pick shot and it was so much better than the splash shot. It was really good out of the bunker, and if you can build towards it, a lot of people are selecting technician so that they can get pick. I fully understand. It's hands down one of the best shots out of the bunker if you are in a bunker. So that is your special ability if you are a technician archetype there. So make sure you pay attention to that. You got blast, bunker shot, roll out. You got power pick, high shot, but you're probably only going to be able to do it from like 30 or 40 yards. You're not going to be able to do it close to the green when you're actually in the bunker, most likely. And then pick short range bunker, get it up, get it to stop quickly. So we'll see how much we can use splash shot and spin it. And that might just be able to adjust for it there. Let's finish up here. We'll talk about the green skills. We got chip, just your regular chip shot, and we have putt, Texas wedge, and lag putt. I think it's, yeah, Texas wedge is there. So just pay attention to the bottom part, right? So lag putt is a putt longer distance, more likely to hit the distance, and there's a lot more forgiveness when it comes to that to safely get you closer to the cup. And then you have Texas wedge. If you want to putt off the green, you'll have to get to this skill here, but you need an 80 overall. Make sure you're paying attention to those requirements. 80 overall to get to this spot. And then the super one here is your greenskeeper archetype, and that is going to give you an advanced green grid. So it's going to cut all of your squares in half, and it's going to add in. I'm highly thinking about going this route, but I don't really like the attributes that you get when it comes to Green Reader. But the ability to have half small squares is very intriguing, because this game at higher levels really just comes down to putting and being able to putt accurately. So I might test that one out. I might find a pro that has that ability, just so that way I can see who has it. And I'll look after this. And then bump and run. I really like bump and run. Bump and run was really good. You can test this out with Tiger Woods, a couple other guys. Bump and run is really good. So that's all the skill types. Like I said, Clubhouse Pass skills, there will be some coming down the road that you can equip to your player. No word yet on whether or not you're going to be getting more skill points, because if they add, Clubhouse Pass skills, will we have to sacrifice and respec to equip these later on down the road? Not exactly sure on that, or whether or not we'll be able to get additional skill points to add to the Clubhouse Pass skills. We'll figure that out down the road, but that is everything when it comes to skills. And if you want to test out the new Green Reader, go play around when the game launches with Will Zalatoris, because Will Zalatoris has the Green Reader, and find out whether or not that is something that you want to do. Like I said, go check that out. Play with these guys before you start spending your skill points. I hope this video helps. Let's have a great day, and we'll see you guys soon with some live launch streams that will come out to be released soon. I can't drop that information, but soon there will be a live launch, and I will be live streaming for you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you in another. Have a great day.